they could be your they could be your soulmate. You know, they could be a lot of different things. So it's so funny you said that though, because I was going to the grocery store one day and I had on this cute dress with heels and everything. And the lady at in my the receptionist, she said, "D, where you going?" I said, "I'm walking across the street to the grocery store." She said, "But you got on heels." I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, Why are you going to the grocery store in your heels?" I said, "You just don't know who you're gonna meet, you know." She's like, "Oh my God, I should do that. I gotta start, getting myself together a little bit more, like taking it a little bit more seriously or whatever." I'm like, yes, you just ought to. Like,
Yeah,
you,
because you never get to redo a first impression.
you
Never.
never get to do it. You can never do a redo of the first time somebody meets you, no matter
Yeah.
what happens. And I know, and listen, I've been one time I was in Target going to get girly products for my daughter. I run out the house, I'm looking crazy, hair looking crazy. I'm just like, I'm gonna just be 5 minutes in and out. I get in there, I'm walking, somebody says D Williams. I'm like, oh damn. Like, oh my God. You just I tampons in my hand. I'm like, yes, So you never really know. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Dr. Castle. I actually am recognized more often than I would think that I would be. And it's very unsettling for me. I was at the airport in Baltimore a couple of weeks ago. And a guy walks up to me, "If you watching, hey, you and your I can't remember your name, but you and your wife." He was like, "I've been watching you, D Williams. I know that voice anywhere." I'm like, oh my God. At the airport. So it's a little, but I do appreciate people coming up to me and letting me know how I've impacted their lives. Now I do love that part. Like when people come up and tell me, like, I started my business because of you. You may not know me, but I know you and I appreciate you. You're doing great things. I love that. Those are great
That's
things.
awesome.
Yeah, so I don't mind that part at all. Okay, so I want to make sure I start the video here because sometimes I don't know what's happening on the other end. I want to say good morning to everyone. It is Monday morning. Okay. It was Monday morning. A lot of great things happened last week. Let me get my recording started. Let me start there. How about that? That's
Recording in progress.
Okay. It's empty. I'm going to empty my trash, y'all, because I have so much video on my computer. It's bananas. Okay. It's crazy bananas. How y'all feeling today? It's Monday. I'm fired up. I know it don't seem like I am, but trust, D is completely fired up and y'all about to feel that energy. How y'all feeling? What's going on in y'all world? Did everybody put their greetings in the chat as we were walking in our community? This is our community we're walking into. So I want to make sure that you saying hello. Good morning. It's also Monday, so everybody like that. Okay, great. Live. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, I want to say welcome to everybody that's watching live. If you're watching live, I want to say welcome to you as well. Okay, I appreciate you for being here. Today we're talking about setting up a staffing business, and I'm going live again because I am so fired up about my live workshop that I want to make sure that everybody understands that this is where they need to be and the tickets are selling out. And we're going to do setup, but setup is also a relation to the workshop. The workshop is an addendum to everything you're learning in class, to every Q&A call you attend throughout the week. That's what that workshop is, right? And while it is my last workshop with Staffingpreneurs Academy, it is these classes right here. They're going to help take you to the next level in addition to the workshop. So not me getting excited. So we're about to go through our reminders. So the rule here is if you're brand new, you put your questions in the box, but you can also be vocal. I love talking to everybody. You already know. If you have questions, now this is something I'm learning. My students, my staffingpreneurs, y'all will wait during class. We'll wait till you're 15 minutes and say, "Oh, I got a question." These are the times you ask the questions. Ask the questions here, because the questions you have, typically somebody else has the same question. You know what I'm saying? And so you're not just helping yourself, you're helping other staffingpreneurs as well. And some of the questions that you have are amazing, and they're process oriented. And then I can take those processes and I can put them in the academy for questions that I may not have answered in the academy. So it's very beneficial for you to ask your questions here on this call. And y'all already know, I will go over the hour. If we're on a real grind, I will go over the hour. Okay. I want to say hey to everybody watching the replay. Everybody watching the replay, I appreciate you. Hey, Jerry, thank you. I appreciate you. Look, that's that love. We get love first thing in the morning. Brazil is in the house. Good morning. Okay, so my phone is definitely not working. Let's get started. I have the screen ready for y'all. Share the screen so that we can all follow along. Stay co-host. And these are our weekly reminders. I'm going to really try to go through these super extra fast, but also still giving you value. Repetition is very important. Okay. Can we see that? Okay, we can. Repetition is very important. All right, there we go. Repetition is very, very important. This is how you learn, right? Going through over and over and over and over and over again, the same things. This is how you learn. And today we're learning. Hey, hey, hey. Okay. Put this right here. Okay. We're talking about starting your staffing business. We're talking about filling in the gaps where you are. And we're in my live Q&A class. And I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things we're going to discuss during the live workshop, the Launch, Lands, and Leverage workshop. Hello. I wish I had some applause going on right now. Okay, great. There we go. All right. Now I can see everybody. I wanted to be able to see YouTube as well. Okay, perfect. Now I'm in the know. All right, let's get it. Okay, things to remember when you're starting your staffing agency. First of all, companies are hiring for teams. I know we talk about this every week, but I have to remember this, because as my staffing clients are actually running their businesses, they are not thinking about how the employer is looking at. Okay, great. Put your questions in. That's great. Don't forget to put your questions in. They're not looking at what the entire culture is like what's going on with the culture of the business, right? They're really solely looking at, okay, I got to fill that one position. But you have to remember, as you're running your staffing agency, you should be building out your team. And the same challenges that the employer is experiencing, you're going to experience for your own organization in a lot of ways. That's something that's very important for you to remember. And so knowing that it's important to have someone who cannot just do the job, right? So you're not just putting somebody on the team or in a company in one position. They're part of a team. And because they're part of a team, what they do, how they do the job, the technical fit is 100% important in order for the team to literally, operate. But a team dynamics goes far beyond just operating the technical fit. You also have to be able to communicate appropriately. You have to be able to get along, right? So you have to come with some level of standard about yourself and your work ethic in order for the team dynamic to move on. So it's like a lot of different layers in that. So with knowing that and setting up your staffing business, for all my people that this is really connecting with, you understand that your strategy, how your process, what makes you unique. Good morning, Danielle. Right? All of those things should have something to do with not just finding somebody who can do the job. Okay. It's got to do with more than just that. It's not just finding somebody who can do the job. It's also about finding somebody who's a cultural fit, who can fit in with the values of the company. You'll be very surprised at how many staffing agencies start staffing for companies, don't know their mission, don't know their vision, don't know their values, Don't care if they resonate with them or not. They're just there for the check. But I'm going to tell you, that's the fastest way for your business to go down. And I just see it. You don't have to ask me, D, did you experience it? I'm watching it every day with companies who are not truly invested in the product that they're selling, which is their talent, how to find the talent, how to make talent accessible at a fast rate, right? Because now we're competing with AI. So it's getting real out here, right? Now, you are not to, nor should you place everyone that you talk to, meet, or interview. Okay. If you do, you're dope. You are amongst the grandest of grands. Like, there is no way you should, as a staffing agency, be able to place everyone that you come in contact with. There's a lot of times that I meet, staffingpreneurs, and they tell me one of the reasons why they don't move forward with actually launching, because I say all the time, I've got people who have the idea and they call in and say, I got this idea, but they never move forward. Years and years go by, I'll still be calling and they still ain't move forward with their dream. Okay. Then I got people who get started and they have the idea, they actually sign up for the coaching, but they never actually launch the business. They stay in we've got a whole list of people who have started the coaching, never started the business. Then we've got people who've actually had the idea, took the coaching, finished the program, launched the business, but didn't make $1. Not one. Okay. But then you got people who had the idea, took the coaching, finished the coaching, launched the business, made money, but stayed in one space. Never could they get to the $1 million mark or past the $1 million mark. They just stayed there. They just made their company their day job, which is cool maybe for some people. But then you've got some people who I'm telling, like, this is who I am and what I'm about to do. They had the idea. They found them a coach. They went through the program. They went and worked with the coach, harassed the coach. I got them clients, I'm telling you right now, on the coach's ass when the coach ain't even trying to be ass. You understand what I'm saying? But they fired up and got the coach fired up. And they go out there and they launch it. And not only do they launch it, they make mistakes. They got wins. They start making money. And then they don't see it as just their regular job. They see it as an opportunity to create massive impact. And they start building. And they're looking for the process that makes them special. They're looking for the system, the system, that makes them, the methodology that makes them the staffing agency that they are. The people who start the business, who have the idea, start the business, but never launch, that group of people, they're the group of people like that. One of the main things that I hear is they say, well, D, I can't really launch because I don't have any contracts and I can't find any contracts. And I say, well, do you have any talent? And they say, no, I can't talk to talent because I don't have any jobs. And I say, then you don't understand your business. You don't understand your business, because if you understood your business, the reason why companies are coming to you is because you have a network of people that are screened. You have a network of people that you've pipelined. You have a network of people that they don't have access to. That is why they're hiring you. You're supposed to know more people. You're not supposed to place every person that you talk to, meet, or interview. I would love for that to happen, but some of those people are going to be trash. It's way more trash employees out here than you would ever imagine, even posing as dope employees. I said it. Cancel me. I don't give a fuck. I'm being real. It's way more trash employees out here. So they're posing as good employees. So your job is to find every person in a particular skill set, every person in a particular niche market, or however you're building out your staffing agency, and get to know every last one of them. Like relentless about it. Because when the time comes, because first of all, they're going to fuel you. We'll talk about that later. If you do that, you're going to fuel your business organically, and your business will start organically. Okay. But let's just talk about you doing that, just connecting. Let's say 300, 500, 5,000 people in your niche market. Do you know what that does for you? Can you imagine how valuable your staffing agency is now? Do you understand the engine, the empire you are building around that? The value, the data. Oh my gosh, dog, y'all don't even understand. But no, you feel pressure. I can't talk to anyone because because I don't have a job. You will, and you want to be able to call them when you do. Okay. So you are not to, nor should you place everyone that you talk to, meet, or interview. You should be pipelining them though. You should be screening them. You should be getting to know them. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a game. It's not a game. Okay. It's not a game. Okay. Now, you need a theme for your staffing agency. And if you don't know what a theme is, this is why you need to come to the Launch Land Leverage live workshop in Washington, D.C. And we have it in Dallas, Texas, and in Los Angeles. And I believe the D.C. early bird tickets are, today is the deadline, the 17th. I said Dallas, but it's D.C. So if you're going to the DC location, today is the last day to get the early bird pricing. You got to go to Staffingpreneurs Academy. You need a theme for your staffing agency. That theme for your staffing agency is going to help you get into the door when everybody else is making the wrong mistake and trying to get in the door with a particular client. It's going to make it easier for you to talk to the candidates who are not at the level that you're thinking candidates are at. Depending on the type of staffing agency that you're running, if you're running a commercial staffing agency where you're doing more warehouse, light industrial, that type of thing, then getting butts and seats are probably more important. It's still building the relationship is important, but you're still going to have a tier of people who are junk employees and who are superstars. I'm not supposed to say junk employees. That's so disrespectful, but it is what it is. And nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody wants to be politically correct around it, but I'm not. So you've got this layer, but you're going to sift them out very easy. It's a different culture when you're doing commercial staffing. I like to focus on professional solutions, although I do great in commercial staffing. I like to do professional solutions as a different caliber of person. So they at least come into the table in a certain type of way, right? And there you can see a clear stark difference between talent and where they are. And the talent that is on the upper tier, there you calling saying you want to connect is not going to be enough for them. They don't even have a resume most of the time. They got like a website. You know what I'm saying? They've written a book. They're in a totally different space. So you want to be able to talk to everybody on every tier. So your theme will be a very good way for you to connect with people about something that everybody cares about. And while, yes, it's really more geared towards the employer, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be the best thing you could do for your staffing agency. That theme is going to get you in the door while everybody else is calling saying, can I get a contract? Can I get a contract? Not even understanding the process of how to do it. That theme is going to get you in the door. You're going to get walked right on around them, right on past them, and you're going to be the one to land those contracts. So we're going to go through that live at the workshop. But if you are an Academy member, you already know we can talk about it anytime. Okay. Now, your candidates are your capital, not your clients. Okay. Your candidates are your capital, not your clients. 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 The clients aren't your capital. The clients aren't your capital. Your candidates are. Your candidates are. Your candidates are. Okay. Your candidates are your capital because you can place them. If they're interviewing, they can currently tell you who's hiring right now. Like I said, this business is actually its own organic engine, and most people don't know how to operate. If they are still working, they can give you intel of what's happening in the company that they're currently at. If they're still working, they can give you employer and candidate leads in the company that they're currently at. If they if they're interviewing, or already did the interviewing, they can give you candidate leads in the last company they worked at. They can give you client leads in the last company they worked at. If they get promoted, they become a client. Your candidates are your capital. Building the relationship with them is the most important thing, which takes us back to bullet point number 1 and bullet point number 2. This whole business model is around talent. What? Amazing. I love it. I love it. Okay. Now, speaking of which, since this whole business model is around talent, you need at least 50 candidates in your ATS by the time that you launch. That little bucket that I was talking about, y'all can launch. Y'all can actually launch. Okay. Like, don't start procrastinating. Don't make excuses. Life is gonna life. Life is gonna life whether you start this business or not. Okay. So you got to get past that part. All right. You got to get past that. You made the decision to start this business. Now you have to actually launch the business. No matter what's going right, no matter what's going wrong, you've got to launch the effing business. Okay. And when you do that, I want you to, now that you understand that you're going to be talking to a lot of candidates, especially in the beginning, to build your candidate base, right? You need at least 50 candidates in your ATS by the time you launch. You can get those candidates in a lot of different places when you come into just 50 candidates. I'll let y'all ask questions. 50 candidates in your ATS by the time that you launch. Okay. Very, very, very important. Now, people do business with people they like and know and trust. Okay. People do business with people they like and know and trust. People do business with people they like and know and trust. All of these people, these candidates, you got to build a relationship with them. Okay. You got to build as many real relationships with these candidates as possible, or they're not going to really be your capital. And you're going to launch and you're going to be in the next bucket of people who launch but never make any money. There's the bucket of those people too. They're typically in my clinics, or they are working with me one-on-one, or, you know, because they are in a space where they launched the business, but they haven't learned how to build real relationships either physically and or online. Okay. And so that's one of the reasons why our clinics are open for people to come in and get that hands-on training so that they can really, really, really dig in and understand how to build a relationship. This is literally going to be the theme of day 2, I believe, of our launch, land, and leverage workshop. And you're going to see that because we have 2 networking events that we're attending so that you can practice, so that you can put it in real practice on how to build relationships. I swear, I think it has something to do with social media. I don't know. Everybody blames social media, but I think it has something to do with social media. Why people don't build relationships anymore? Why people don't know how to build relationships anymore? Okay. It's a starting energy that you got to understand how to project. And there are a few little techniques that I'm going to teach you that's going to make the world a difference. Then we're going to go out that Thursday night and we're going to test them out. Okay. Then we're going to go back and practice a little bit more. And then Saturday morning, we're going to go and test them out again. And then I want y'all to go out in your world, and I want you to go and start building real relationships with people. Okay. Because your family, they're nice. I like them, but they not going to buy nothing from you. We need you to go out and build relationships with people who can actually benefit the business, okay? And so that's very important, very important. Now, while I said that, you also need to have 50 employers in your ATS as well. Now, when I say 50, I don't actually mean 50. 50 is just a hypothetical number, like a minimum, right? You want to have a minimum of 50, a minimum. But if you are really serious about this business, you're going to have way more than 50 candidates and way more than 50 employers, right? Because on your first day, I don't know how your launch is going to be. Shout out to Nakat. She did a great launch last week in her staffing business. And so I'm not sure, but if you can talk to, some people talk to 100 people in a day, or at least make 100 calls, maybe not talk to 100 people, but make 100 calls. So if you only have 50 people in your ATS, and you're prepared to make 100 calls, because you know some of them are going to go to voicemail and, you know, different things like that, wrong numbers and stuff like that, then like, you know, you're not going to have anything left, right? So 50 is just like a bare minimum number for people who feel like, I don't know, those are just if you got 50 and that's 50, I'm going to be mad. You got more than 50, okay? Like you have access to so many databases with contact information. You should be able to put thousands in there if you need to, right? But just giving you heads up on that. Those are the people you're going to be calling and you're going to be talking to and building relationships with and sending emails to. Okay. Now, this is something almost everybody forgets. Please don't forget this. You're going to add your pipeline jobs that you're looking to fill, both the internal and external. Now, y'all heard Woodline last week and her husband. Now they sent out 2 paychecks. Now they're looking to hire someone internally for the company. That happens very fast when you get to the bucket of people who start making money. Okay. That happens very, very quickly. So that's why I tell you, when you launch, you want to immediately put your pipeline roles. Are you ready to fill them right now? No, you're trying to build relationships with people, because talent is the most important part of your business. And a lot of times we hire way too fast out of necessity. So there's no real relationship being built. You got 4 interviews or 3 interviews and you say, okay, this person's great, only to come to find out they're trash, only to come to find out they were lying. Only come now. Sometimes you get lucky and it's like, okay, this person is awesome. Or you're the way you're hired, the way you're interviewing allows you to weed the people out who don't fit your culture. But many times you're going to have situations, especially when you start getting into sales type roles, right? You're going to have people who are doers and people who are not. You're going to have people who are hunters and who are farmers, and you're going to get them mixed up. I won't get into all this. We're going to get into all of this in the workshop, but just know that you need to put those jobs out. Now, some of you are going to say, but Dee, isn't that lying? You're lying and say these positions are open when you're not. No, I would never tell you to lie. I'm not that type of chick. And I don't want you to be that type of person. And I don't want you to start your relationships out with candidates in that way either. Now, all I would say is be honest. And what I say is we are preparing to fill some upcoming roles, and we're looking for this type of person. If you have an interest, like, tell the truth. You are preparing to fill these roles. You are preparing for a client. You do need to pipeline before that happens. You do, because you want to have a candidate base available when you start talking to the client. And not all of those people are going to be actively looking for a job. Some of those people are going to be passive people. You're going to be reaching out to passive people. Don't make it something bigger than what it's not. Just fall in line into it from a very comfortable space. People are your product, so to speak. And so you're going to put out every role that you want to fill in every location that you need to fill it in. And you want to start getting to know people who can do the job. You want to start getting to know people who can do the job. Who's good in this area? Who's not? Who's the best? Who's the top? Who's the influencers? What type of projects are y'all working on? You're supposed to be getting to know what's going on. What type of experiences have you had while you're interviewing? Why don't you want to leave your company? What's amazing about them? You should be gaining intel and building the relationship so that when you're ready to start, you got something to go off of. Because every real relationship turns into something. It turns into a placement. It turns into a hire internally. You need this, okay? You need those relationships, okay? The fortune is in the follow-up. There is fortune in the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune is rarely in the first phone call, all right? Y'all know what I'm about to talk about really quickly. I only got 2 more minutes. You already know a lot of times I associate this with dating, because people they treat it like that, right? You're meeting somebody, you're trying to build a relationship with them. It's not a physical, intimate type relationship, but you're trying to build a relationship. But many of you are going to function in a very funky type of way, real thirsty type of way, y'all gonna be thirsty. Y'all gonna be on some thought type ish. I'm just saying, right? Y'all gonna be trying to get the contract on an initial reach out. Disgusting. I tickle myself sometimes. No, but for real, you see my screen got tight. I don't know what happened. She's not moving. The fortune is in the follow-up. So you don't want to, not on the first initial reach out, right? That's not exactly where we want to be. Oh, look at that. I lost her. That's not exactly where we want to be. There she is. Okay. Okay, cool. The initial reach out is just that. It's the initial reach out. It's how you're first starting the conversation. But the fortune is in the follow-up, because if you only start the conversation and you don't follow up, then they're not going to remember you. That's the bottom line. And I think that's what some of you all are not thinking about. They're not going to remember you if you don't follow up. So you have to follow up. The fortune is in the follow up. So you're dating, you meet a guy or a girl or whatever, and this just happened to me the other night. Actually, I'm walking. I'll give y'all a real life story. I get out of my car. I'm walking to the mall to get a sandwich because I'm starving. It's my first meal of the day. And this guy, he pulls around and stops traffic, the whole nine, only to turn all the way back around. So I stopped and said, "Are you trying to talk to me?" He's like, "Actually, I am." So he parks his car and we start to talk. So we ended up having a great conversation. Y'all know I'm an anime lover. He loved anime, so that was really cool. And we start talking, but he never calls. He never calls back. He never calls back, right? And I mean, it's only been a day or two, so that's whatever. But I'm just saying that would never go anywhere. Now, if he calls back, then he understands that the fortune is in the follow-up. And that is the thing that you have to remember the most, okay? Nobody is going to remember you. They're not going to remember you. You're going to be a distant thought in their mind. So yes, you're going to be creating strategies to figure out how to reach out to them. That's really your first thought process. It's like, D, how do I get clients? How do I get candidates? So you got to reach out. Yes, you got to have strategies. Did you hear me say the S word? I said strategies. Did you hear me say the S word? I said strategies. There's process and there's strategies. You have to have process and strategies, okay? For your initial reach out, phone, text, email, social media, email automation, in-person, referral, podcast, webinar, appointment setter, lead magnet, just some suggestions for you, cheat sheet, right? Give you some value right there so that you have some perspective. But what we get into is, what do you say on the phone? What do you say on the text? What do you say on the email? What do you do with your social media posts? What does that strategy look like? What's my email automation about? What's my strategy around that? What type of in-person event am I attending or creating? Who are going to be my referral base? Do I have a referral program? Do I want to broadcast? Do I want to bring clients or candidates in through learning? Do I want to hire an appointment setter? And do I have a lead magnet? Every effing body looking, watching, replay now, whatever needs lead magnets. So if you're even launching your business without one, you're tripping. You're tripping. Okay. You're tripping. You need a lead magnet. Bring the questions in. I love it. Okay. Fortune is in the follow-up. You say, okay, D, I get it. All right, D, I got to build a relationship. I get it. I'm going to build a relationship. I get it. I need strategies to figure out how to get them to connect with me, to get to the door. I get it. And just for them to get to know me. Okay, I get it. And now you're saying I got to follow up. How many times? At least 12 to 24. That means don't call D Williams and say this business don't work unless you have at least reached out 12 times minimum. 24 is my real minimum, right? Because it takes time to build a relationship. You can't expect somebody to want to jump into bed with you day one. I don't care how fine you are. I don't care how intelligent you are. I don't care how good you smell. I don't care what your walk look like. You know, it takes time. Building a relationship takes time. It's the same thing in business. And some of y'all are under the impression that it don't take time. You know, just because you might get the booty on day one don't mean that that's the norm. Just because you might have a one-night stand every now and then, that doesn't mean that that's the norm. Most people don't function that way. Most people require a relationship if they're going to pay you hundreds of millions of dollars to take over their staffing. They don't want the booty call. They don't want the one-night stand. And they're not looking for that person. And they know more of those people are out there approaching them than the people who genuinely want to build a relationship. So your follow-up should be around how you're going to build the relationship with them virtually through your services, your theme, your differentiator, your strategic initiatives, your marketing and brand strategies, through awareness, your lead magnet, through gifts and acts of kindness. That's what your follow-up is about. The fortune is in the follow-up. It's not in the first phone call. You typically do not get the booty the first day you meet. Imagine that guy saying, "Give me the booty," when he pulled over. But that's what y'all be doing to the clients. That is crazy. Okay? You must produce activity or your company will not work. Remember I told you you're going to put all those people in your ATS? You actually got to call them. You actually have to call them. You have to email them. You have to invite them. You have to market to them. You have to actually produce activity. If you don't produce activity, the business ain't going to work. I don't know. That's, to me, that's like common sense. But for that group of people who launch and never make money, it's because the number one reason is this. It's not even the fact that they don't build a relationship. They don't ever get a chance to build a relationship because they don't produce any activity. And then they say the business don't work. No, it's just because you ain't doing shit. You just acting like you got a business. You just wasted all your money on my program, building a business, only to sit right there and to not produce in your company. Get it together right now. You did not come here for this. You came here to work in your business. And I'm talking to each and every one of you who are in that space, and y'all know exactly who you are. People who out here doing 5 phone calls a day, talk about they running a staffing business. Get the hell out of here with that bull. People who talking about they running a staffing business and they want to make millions of dollars and they only making 15 calls a day. The nerve. Oh, that tickled me. 20 LinkedIn reach outs. They're like, oh, what kind of business they think they're going to run? 100 emails a day when you can send 400 out a day? Come on, it's not enough. So you've got to produce activity in your business or the business is not going to work in real life. I'm not even joking with you. It's not. Okay. Now, and then once you start producing that activity, you got to track it like a CEO. You got to get out of your employee mindset, because most of you are in an employee mindset. You're not an employee anymore. You're an employer. You need to track everything. 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 Your ATS will track many things, but you can also have Excel spreadsheets. You need to track everything. You need to track everything. You need to track everything. Because as an employer, as a CEO, how are you going to be able to see what works and what doesn't? What fails? Why? How can you go back and see who's producing, who's not? Every person you hire, they don't get a free pass in your company. If they're not producing, they have to go. You're looking for producers, doers. You're running a sales company. So you've got to be into tracking that activity and tracking that performance. And then finally, hiring an amazing internal staff should be your number one priority. The talent that you bring in, we've already established at the top that you're looking for great talent. You're looking for talent of all levels. We you know, and let me hit on that for 1 second. The talent outside of your company, the ones that you're going to place in other companies, you want A, B, C, D, E talent. You want all talent. You even want the loser talent in real life. And the reason why is because every company has different standards about what's great talent for them. The talent that you may place at Apple, or that Apple would say, I would never hire that person, even though they would never say it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Home Depot may feel like that person is A, right? So somebody's A is always, somebody's B is always somebody's A. Somebody's C is always somebody's B or somebody's A. That's why it's your job to get to know everybody. And the people on the lower level, they typically got the most intel, okay, and willing to share the most intel of what they know, right? And they typically build relationships pretty easy. So you've got to start thinking like a CEO, thinking strategically, thinking thinking about psychologically, how are people moving, right? What's going on with that? Okay, so that's what you're doing with your external staff. There's no question that those people, we want all levels of talent you want to have relationships with. But the people inside your company should be the best of the best. You should be looking to hire the best of the best. Even when you have the least of the least, you still should be looking to hire the best of the best with what you have. Don't settle for just hiring anyone. Now, you're going to have layers in your staff too. You may have administrative staff. Try to hire the best person in administrative staff. And you do that by skill testing them, right? By interviewing them in different ways. Don't just interview them, can they do the job, but how are they thinking? Do they have deductive reasoning? How professional are they? How do they handle stressful situations? How do they handle situations that they're uncomfortable with? You'll learn a lot about an employee when the company is going through some shit. You'll learn who a person really is. Some people you hire aren't going to make it past day 1. Some people you hire aren't going to make it past day 30. Some people are going to stay with you through thick and thin. And those are the people you're looking for. And hopefully those are people are sharp enough to help take your company to the next level. So when I tell you to go in and you're going in to post your internal pipeline jobs, that's because you are looking to build real relationships with people that can help take your company to the next level. And you don't want to rush into that. You want to spend at least an hour a week hiring for your pipelining for your own company. Trust me, if you don't do this, I'm telling you, you'll see it'll be a world of difference in your business. Now, we have gone through the reminders. These are most important things that you should be remembering when you're starting your staffing agency. And I'm not even joking. If you remember those things, you're going to be so successful. It's crazy. It's a whole formula that's involved in this process. And that's the formula we teach here at Staffingpreneurs Academy and so forth. So I want to open up the floor because I saw a number of questions come in on YouTube and my channel. Questions came in as well. I saw, hold on one second. Let's see. And this is how I can unshare. Okay. No. Stop sharing. There we go. Okay, perfect. And so it's a lot of comments here. Let me go through the comments here and the questions. I saw 2 questions come in the box here in my class. All right. So I'm going to just start answering questions everywhere. So the first question I saw, should I call Crelate to get connected or is something I can do online? You can go to crelate.com, right? I don't know if the /D still works, but we did have a d.com, a crelate.com /D. If not, just go to crelate.com and schedule your demo. And you can just tell them that you come from my school or what have you. Most of them know who we are. So, yep, you can just go in and they're going to start the process. They're going to give you a demo and then they're going to ask you questions about what you need. And then they're going to give you pricing. They're going to email your pricing and then you go in and negotiate that pricing with them. I'm going to tell you now, you only need the Business Plus package, but they have new things that they've added and they're going to sell you those things. And I encourage you to take a look at those products and add on as you need to. Do not call me and fuss at me about the pricing. You only need the Business Plus package. Okay, that's what I say. This is the On Your Successful Conference. Yes. Nakat D, what is the difference between the strategic initiatives and initial reach out strategies? That is a great question. Okay. So your initial reach out strategies are all about how you're reaching out to the client. Like it could be a part of your strategic initiative, but it's really more about the method of knowing that this is my very first reach out, or this is my very first way that this company is being, or this candidate is being introduced to me. And this is how I choose to do it. Now that may be through your strategic initiatives, right? Your strategic initiatives typically come about around your theme or your differentiator, right? Something that you're bringing awareness to, something that you're training about, something that you're adding value to the industry. So typically it's coming from that perspective. And that's how you're building the relationship without saying, hey, I'm selling staffing. We already know that's what you're doing. What else are you doing? How else are you contributing to this market? And that's how you build real relationships. You build real relationships by actually doing things, creating things, and engaging with people. So I'm going to tease Nakat a little bit. She went she launched her staffing business last week. She invited 3 people to speak on her panel. So now she has 3 additional relationships, right? That they're like, oh, I'll come back and speak anytime. Or, you know what I'm saying? Now it's her job to cultivate those relationships, to stay in contact with them, to ask them questions, get them involved in things. Because now when they're ready to be hired, or when they're ready to hire, I don't know if they were hiring managers or not, they're more than likely to work with Nakat because they have this long-standing relationship with her. They're not interested in the person who's randomly emailing, calling once or twice, and then saying, and then never calling me back again. So that's why it's important for you to build the relationship so that you're not the person that they're ignoring in the phone call and email. When they see your email or your phone call, they're like, oh, I want to catch her. Oh, I want to catch him. Oh, they always got something good. They always got something going on. Like, do things in the industry. This is what it's almost like community service to some degree. Do you know what I'm saying? It's almost like community service to some degree. That was a great question. Why? What package should we choose for Bitly? I think I have like the $30 one. I think I paid $3 something a year, $3.59 a year or something like that. I don't use, only thing I use Bitly for is to shorten my URLs. And so I think the lowest package, they give you like 1,000 a month. You are not going to use 1,000 a month, at least not in the startup. So you could probably get the most basic package. I be going hard sometimes. So I think one of the packages allow you to put your logo into the QR code part, or to generate QR codes. I want to generate QR codes. So I may have upgraded to do that if that was an option, or if it was saying upgrade to customize the Bitly, I want to customize too. But that's a preference type of thing. So just keep that in mind. When getting insurance, what are the things we need to be mindful of when getting quotes? That is a question. That's a very interesting question. So first of all, I'm not an insurance expert, right? That's why you always see me bring insurance people on, so that you can ask them those types of questions. So Dr. Castle, I'm really going to refer you to the video in the Academy. If y'all are on watching live, we have a video, the same video, one of them at least, that's on our YouTube channel. Russ, he does at Madison Insurance Group. He's our insurance guy. So I'm going to start there, because I'm not the expert. I'm great at what I'm great at. What I'm not great at, I'm okay with saying. But what I will say is, depending, I would get the basic level insurance to start off with, and then allow the employer to tell you what additional insurance you need to invest in, so that you don't go waste your money. Some places are going to have you, if you're in healthcare, they're going to have you do like, not Alzheimer's, like just special, like geriatric, like special special, right? Some not. I would just say, some, they want cybersecurity insurance. Some, they want you to have auto insurance. Some, they all want you to have different things. I would say just do your bare basic and start there. And then when you get the contract, allow them to tell you what they need. I'll tell you that some places use this company called MyCOI, since Certificate of Influence. And I think they have to invite you in to utilize that, but don't be taken off guard if they tell you you got to utilize that. That's a place that goes to verify that you actually have the insurance, and it goes into this database. And I guess now, once it's in this database, it allows the VMS and the MSPs to do different things. It just knows that you have your insurance. So some people are going to tell you to say you have 0 employees right off the break. Some people are going to tell you to say you've got 100 employees, like for workers' comp or whatever. I would say talk to your insurance agent and get his advice first, because I've heard both, and I don't want to tell you anything wrong in regards to that. So that's what I have in regards to insurance. But I would definitely watch the video with Russ, because he answered a lot of questions. Okay, I still have more questions. Hey, Yvonne, social media says, hey, Kimberly, my name is Kimberly Armstrong. Would you also be as kind to elaborate on the government contracting segment that you have, what it entails, and how long the course is from upstate New York? So I don't do a course on government contracting. That's something totally separate. So I'll just tell you that right now. I do not do a section internally on government contracting, although if they go through the setup course or the setup portion of the program, they will be fundamentally set up to receive government contracts. I'm reading off of here. Danielle, do you suggest we go after pressured businesses that need staffing ASAP? It really depends on your business model, right? That's going to depend on your business model. And that's going to also depend, because that comes with a lot of things, right? So if they're a pressured business, that means they're going through something. And so that requires a specific type of person to hire. Some people want to go into a company that's not going through anything. They're like, oh, okay, I'm just going to sit and relax in my job and all is cool. Some people can work under high pressure situations. So that's a piece that you've got to think about, how you're dealing with them from that perspective, right? You're dealing with that space. Also, if they're high pressured, is it through finances? Will they be able to pay you? So that type of thing. Oh, she said it was in reference to the hit it and quit it on the first date. Do you just speak over the pressure business that needs it? Yeah, no, to cut down on the number of reach outs. But why would you want to cut down on the number of reach outs? Isn't the idea like volume is your business? The idea is to get, you know, you want more. I hope I'm answering it right, Danielle. You know, being on YouTube is crazy. If you want to call in, you can call in and talk to me. Let me know if you want to call in, and then you can tell me exactly what you're saying. Okay, perfect. But you know, she said it was in reference to the don't hit it and quit it on the first date. So that doesn't necessarily mean you have to go. I think you should have. So what I teach my students is that you have a generalist list and you have a target list, and your target list is diverse, and then your generalist list is going to be diverse. So you want to go after all types of companies. You don't want to only go after one type of company, because then you're going to put yourself in a situation where you're not planting seeds for the future, because companies are all in different spaces. So you want to build relationships with companies you know it's going to take you a year or two to do business with. You want to build relationships with companies who need you right now. You want to build relationships with companies just to build relationships. You want to build relationships. Like, that's the big thing. I hope that was helpful. Heidi, thank you for everything. If we can make it to your upcoming workshop, what does your program offer for nurse staffing agencies that need help? Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. I want to go back in and just make sure that my students have any other questions, and then we'll do that. We'll go in. Yes.
Heidi, okay. I just have one more question
regarding
the brand awareness and marketing strategies and the sales strategies. So how do they differ? Do they go simultaneously, or we have to plan them at different stages?
No, they can be simultaneous. They 100% can be simultaneous, right? They can be incorporated. Okay. Like, even with your launch, you know, you kind of have a strategic, in my opinion, in a way, you have a strategic initiative. Your webinar was your lead magnet. So I would say that's probably more on the lead magnet side. But the theme of your webinar could make it kind of a strategic initiative if it's leading towards something else, like a main event later in the year, or if it's leading to some type of something, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a big course or a bigger webinar. I don't know. But if it's leading towards something, to accomplish something, is more of a strategic initiative. And the way you did it, it was more of your initial reach out, you know, webinar.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. That was a great question, Kat. That was an excellent question. Okay, let me keep asking y'all. Keep bringing your questions in. Let me see. Let me do this. Do this. Okay, perfect. Let's just see. I didn't even see all the comments on here. I want to go through. This was Tony, I think. Hey, Tony, thank you for everything. If we can't make the workshop, okay, yes, I saw that one. I'm coming back to that one. I'll come back and do that one. Tony, you stick around after my class and I'll answer that. I want to make sure my students, because we are preparing for the workshop, and I want to make sure that everybody is ready. Dr. Castle, I asked about insurance because I was told that if you don't answer those questions right as a startup, you take a chance of not getting your policy. That's 100% true. That's why I said talk to your insurance agent and make sure that they're like really guiding you in the right way. That's exactly why I said that. You want to make sure that they're guiding you in the right way. That's very, very, very important. But I've heard both, and I've seen both with the staffingpreneurs. I've seen staffingpreneurs who had to predict their how many people they were going to place, and then at the end they gave you the difference, right? Like, you paid up front, and then when you didn't have that amount of employees, then they paid you the money back, or they credited you or something like that. But I think most people say I'm starting with zero, and but you know, and then at the end they bill you for however many employees that you have. But I'm almost sure that they want you to say, well, I think I'm going to put 25 people on billing this year, or whatever the case may be. And I say 25. People be saying 100. That's crazy. Like, most people, their first year, we're talking about consistently keeping somebody on billing. We're not saying hitting the number 25. You can hit 25 a number of times and it'll bounce up and down. You have 25, then you have 10. You have 25, then you might have 40, and then you have that. I'm talking about consistently keeping 25 on billing all year long, because that's going to define your income. Like that's what you should say. If they force you to put a number, say 25. That's your first year. You know, don't say 100 unless you got like a huge government contract, or you've got like unless you've got like something like a huge contract or something like that. I would not do that, you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was a really great question. Okay, my class, what questions do y'all have? Okay, I'm in Utah this week, just so y'all know. I'm in Utah. So I'm in Utah with one of this client I'm really excited about. So I'm in Utah with them, but this is my last travel as of now, right? My goal, so for all my one-on-oneers, just let y'all know that. But I'm working through Tuesday, and I have follow-ups for everyone. So I want to let y'all know that. So today, after my last set of classes, it might be late for some of y'all, but y'all will get a text message or follow up on where everything is. So I wanted to put that off. You haven't been getting any of our schedule. You have to schedule them, love.
Oh,
you got to schedule your call. We don't schedule your calls for you. We tell you that in your orientation. You schedule your calls. So if you don't schedule your call, then you don't have a call. And many people aren't scheduling their calls. I'm not about to call and remind them. Nobody. This is your business.
Okay.
This your business. This call is very important. If it's on the calendar, I'm there. But you do know it's a Zoom. It's Zoom. And if you don't show up on that Zoom, it's a Zoom call. All calls are always Zoom. So that's what the call is. You don't come to the Zoom. I don't see you on there. I show up to all of those calls. And if not, I call and say, hey, I'm not gonna be able to make it. Let's reschedule for tomorrow, or whatever the case may be. I'm very good about that, unless I'm ill or something like that. But my clients show up. They show up to the Zoom call and they do everything. I couldn't get the slide. Is it possible to book otherwise? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take as many people as I can tomorrow.
Yeah, and then he was like, they can sit in several different places at one time, and I'm like,
Dr.
okay,
Castle,
but if it's sitting in mine, it's sitting in
Dr.
billing,
Castle?
it's sitting in
Dr. Castle.
coding, it's sitting in all these places.
Dr. Castle.
Do I just leave it? You know what I'm saying?
Dr. Castle. Dr. Castle. I thought she was talking to, she was not talking to us, y'all. Just shoot me a text message or email, and anybody like who couldn't get on the calendar for this week, on Tuesday, I do have some open Tuesday spots before I fly out. I will put you right on the calendar for the week. So whoever it is, if you want to see this week, then Tuesday will be our last day. And Sharnita and Kia, they already put your Zoom meeting on. I think they haven't sent it to you yet, but I saw that on my calendar as well. So I'll make sure that I remind her. Class is still happening tomorrow. I fly out Tuesday night. So that's why I'm taking all class. I'm doing all my classes tomorrow. All classes tomorrow. Yes. Okay. All right, y'all. Utah, I'm excited about that. So real quick, first of all, it was of course, Lucy, it was very exciting to see my Dallas workshop filling up. It was super exciting to see my staffingpreneurs coming in for the workshop. I absolutely love it. If you've got vacation time and you're working, this is an investment you genuinely want to make. Okay. So I really want you to talk to your husband, talk to your wife, talk to your children. Some of y'all got grown children making millions, right? Tell them, I need my ticket to this workshop. Don't you want to give me this ticket to this workshop? I know you want to give me this ticket to this workshop. It's for professional development. You got to lay it on them thick. Okay. Also, the options for a firm is there, and also what's the other one? Afterpay. So you can pay for it now and pay for it over time. So make sure you take advantage of those. I want you to come to the workshop. Okay, so you're gonna go to Staffingpreneurs Academy. Let's go to Staffingpreneurs Academy, because I think you want to go to Staffingpreneurs Academy. I think you do. That's what I believe. Tanisha said, I'm working on coming to Dallas. Let's go. Come on.
Come on, Dallas.
Tanisha,
Yes.
she been to my workshops though. So she went to the New Orleans one, so she already know my workshops.
Well,
be
I'm
fire.
ready.
She already know they be fire. So she's like, yes, I'm trying to go. Oh, is that my other? No, that's my other Tanisha. This is not the same Tanisha. I hope my other Tanisha come too. I got more than one Tanisha.
Okay.
We had a lot of Tanishas in Staffingpreneurs Academy, actually. Let me share this so y'all can see. Okay, so you're gonna go to Staffingpreneurs Academy. Hold on. We're going. Okay, we're sharing. We're sharing. Where's my Zoom? Okay, we're sharing. Okay, Staffingpreneurs, although we do want to go to Reskillify, so we'll do that later. We're going to Staffingpreneurs Academy, and you're going to go to live events and the menu bar. So right here where you see live events, you're going to go there. Okay. And then you're going to see all 3 live events. So our first stop is Washington, D.C., July 17th through the 20th. We have 8 tickets left. Now, listen, if y'all don't buy these tickets, then I ain't coming. And we're going to do everything virtually. I'm definitely going to Dallas because Dallas is almost sold out, right? But for DC, listen, I'm DC for 2 people. Y'all better get y'all tickets. And today, y'all know I'm coming. Today is the last day for early bird. Okay, so June 17th, this is the last day you can get it at the early bird price. Tomorrow, the tickets go up to $1,999. Okay, right now they're at $997. So get your DC tickets. Okay, then we have Dallas. Dallas is almost sold out. Dallas is going to be a hot spot. Hot spot. Okay.
Yes,
so that's
indeed.
The second place. That's our second city. Okay. We're going to have a grand time. I'm so fired up and so excited. So Dallas is our second city. It's not a game. And then we're going to finish it off in LA. We've got 8 tickets left in LA as well. LA is going to be fire too. Like DC gonna be fire because it's my first stop. You know, I'm gonna be like, but Dallas is always like sold out. So you know we're gonna be in Dallas like what? But when we get to LA, it's more retreat style. So it's all about the mind, body, soul, and the business. And even down to the environment of where we're doing the meeting is very, very retreat style. So I look forward to pouring into each and every one of you in the last stop. Y'all all know that if you go to the first 1 and 2, you can come to LA at no additional charge. So you can get the retreat style if you went to Dallas and you want to come to LA the next week and hang out with me. Oh, why y'all want to hang out with me, but I look forward to it. Now, 2 more things. We have a networking event on that Thursday night. Tickets will go up for that tomorrow. If you want to just attend the Thursday night networking event and you're in the area, you don't have to go to the full conference. You can just attend the networking event, which I encourage you all to do so. You can also attend the Saturday brunch as well. Tickets will go up for that, and they'll be here in the live event section. If you already have purchased your ticket for the event, you don't have to purchase extra for those. If you have not purchased your tickets for the event or you cannot attend the event and you want to attend the networking events, please do so. When we went to New Orleans, some lady drove from Texas to New Orleans just to attend the networking event and to see D. Williams. I was like, but it was great. She had a great time. She met a lot of great people. Don't forget, we have special guests that are attending, hiring managers, special guests. I'm not bringing any candidates. Some of the vendors will be in to talk to you all about different things. We have one young lady that's coming in. I'll be making announcements over the next week, probably after I come back from Utah. So for the Monday, the day 1 class, she's a financial specialist. We are talking about money and budgets. And so she's coming in. So I'm very excited about that. We will have our insurance guy there. I'm very excited about that. We're working on our attorneys. So we're going to have people there that are going to be available to talk to you at different phases of the business. I told you hiring managers are coming in to answer questions on day 2. Day 3, we're talking about building your teams. It's going to be fine. That's all I can tell you. Get your ticket. Like, this is my last, I'm going hard for my last live event for Staffingpreneurs Academy. And y'all know that I keep saying for Staffingpreneurs Academy because I got something else cooking. Just letting y'all know. I got something else cooking. So just keep that in mind for Staffingpreneurs Academy. This is my last live event. Okay. What else did I want to say? Did I get all my questions for my staffingpreneurs? Do my staffingpreneurs have any additional questions? If not, I'm going to close out with you all, and I'm going to talk to talk to my live streamers. Let me know, because I want to make sure that I am I'm helping you. She said, I may not be your other Tanisha, but I look forward to seeing you. I know which Tanisha you are. Now that I saw your picture, I saw the name and I thought it was my other Tanisha, but I love you. I love you so much. And I definitely look forward to you coming and being there. You have a beautiful energy. And I know one thing, when we were in that Facebook group, I watched you grow. I watched you transform. I know exactly who you are. I know exactly who you are, and I'm extremely proud of you, and I'm proud to see that you're still working on your business and working towards your dream. High five. Great job. Great job. Amazing job. That's Tanisha. I love her. Yes. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? I love y'all, staffingpreneurs. I really, really appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Please look for text messages, emails from D. Williams today. I have lots and lots and lots of updates. I'm talking about lots of them. Okay. So please be on the lookout. If you all want to get on the calendar for this week, it would have to be for tomorrow. So y'all got to reach out. You can send a text message or whatever. Let us know, and we'll put you on the calendar. 2:00 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. We have the Run It class. Does anyone need the launch class? Nobody has told me that they needed the launch class just yet. If it's time for you to go into launch class, let me know. Otherwise, we won't have launch class today. It'll be next week when I get back. Run It class will happen today. Some of you need to be in the Run It class that weren't there last week. Get in the Run It class. If you need to be there, be there. Some of you are stuck in the setup class and you're no longer in setup. You need to be preparing to launch. And so you need to be going into that launch and Run It class. So please attend your proper class and bring your proper questions around running your business. Okay.
I need to be in both classes, Run It and launch.
You one of the people I'm talking to, ma'am.
Last week.
You are definitely one of the people I'm talking to. That's why
I didn't do launch class because I don't be knowing when it is, but I did go to the Run It class.
It's on the calendar. No, the launch class is on the calendar, and I talk about it every week. I say, if you need it, you got to let me know. Your staff,
let me find the
calendar. Reskillify. It has all your classes. How else are you getting to this class?
I just go through one to set up and click on live class.
Okay, so it's the same thing, but you have a calendar in Reskillify. And it's the calendar of all your classes. And you can just go click on the classes that are available to you based on your coaching program.
Oh.
So that's when the class is. But typically I tell you, like, that's not a class that everybody's launching every week. So you have to say to me, D, I'm launching. Can you open up the launch class? Or can you show up to the launch class? I'm not doing it today, but I'll do it next week. And so if you need to be in that class, then you can be there. But Dr. Kessel, you are supposed to be in I was looking for you last week. You're supposed to be in the running class.
I was there last week.
Okay, you were?
I was,
yeah. Okay, good job. Good job. Because I did look for you, but I didn't see you. Okay, so Nakat, as you as well. I think Nakat wasn't here because she was launching. Those are two people that definitely need to be there. I would say, Sharnita, you and your sister could probably start going into that Run It class live, because we did so much in person. You all are pretty much caught up to there. You still got to come to this class. You can't stop coming to this class because there's still things that we need to do. But y'all can start going to the Run It class so that you can start getting the idea of start actually putting the pieces together of the things that we discussed when I was there. Okay. So you all could definitely do that. I'm looking to just see who else is on this call.
Or should we just wait till next week when you get back?
You can come in this week or next week. It doesn't matter. I'm talking about the 2:00 class today. Huh?
The 2:00 class today?
Yeah, the Run It class. You're in the setup class
now. 2:30 meeting today, so I won't make it today.
Say it again.
I have a 2:30 appointment.
Oh, okay. Today. So you can't make it. Okay.
Yeah. So you're not doing the launch class today, right?
I'm not doing the launch class today. I'm doing next week. I'm gonna do that next week.
Okay.
Yeah. because I have to follow up with everybody. I want to get everybody caught up before I go out of town. So I'm not doing a launch
Gotcha.
class this week. I want to make sure I
Okay.
use that time for y'all specifically. I'm fired up. Y'all see I got my red dress on because I'm fired up.
Hey.
Hey. Okay. All right. I love y'all. I'll see y'all next week. I appreciate y'all so much. And talk to y'all soon.
All righty.
All right. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, perfect. So now I can answer any questions about coaching programs and stuff like that. I didn't want to do that on my clients' time. So hey y'all. So the question on the table was, Heidi, and I'm gonna just put this up. Heidi, thank you for everything. If we can't make it to your upcoming workshop, what does your program offer for nurse staffing agencies that need help? So we offer so many great things, I believe. I feel like we have an amazing program. I don't know if you saw last week, Wildeline and her husband came in and shared their success story. Ebony came and shared, her success story and how important the Academy has been to her growth and her, even she's on a reality show, like a reality game show kind of thing, and how far she got, she accredited to our program. And so I'm very thankful for that. We've had people that have gone from 0 to 25 million. I think it's the max of someone in the Academy. That's the most from a financial perspective. Our staffingpreneurs have placed, I would say, at least 1 million candidates over the last 10 years, literally, right? We had government contracts, we had VMS contracts. It was so many people have had really great opportunities that I'm very thankful that to say that. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. If you want to, you can go to staffingpreneursacademy.com, and under the About Us section, you can see our reviews. We have videos there. I haven't been very bad about adding the new testimonials. I'm gonna be honest with you. So, but I will try to do better and make sure that we get the new testimonials up so that we can continue. I call it my wall of transformation, because those were people who started with an idea just like you, and now their whole lives have been changed completely, right? And so I'm very thankful to be able to say I'm a part of that journey. So with our coaching program, we have a couple of levels, but at the basic level, we have 7 major courses that you have under the coaching program, right? And each of those take you from the setup through the through running your business. So most coaching programs, they only show you how to set up the business, and they only show you like the mechanics of setting up the business, like get your EIN, your insurance, different things like that. But as you can tell by attending this class, I move a little bit differently. My program is very specific. It's telling you, it's just about the details, right? It's things that you're not going to even think about doing when you're trying to set up your program, that you'll miss and that you'll waste time on, you'll waste money on, you'll do all of those things. So from setting up your desk physically and virtually, through what contracts, because we give you all your templates and all of that stuff you need. You don't have to pay extra for that. That comes with the program. So having that and being able to know where to put it and how to use those, your contracts, all of those things, what technology you need, when you need it, why you need it, all of those things, all of that comes with the program, right? And those are the things that you'll learn. How to flesh your market out is majorly important, because that's going to be your starting piece for identifying who you're going to be connecting with and why, and how to connect with them appropriately. One of the biggest questions we get is, what do I say to the client? What do I say to the candidate? Well, you learn that through your research phase, but that's the part that most people don't want to do. So I have a system and a structure that breaks it down so that you can learn your market like nothing. Like I'm telling you, come through my program, you're coming to learn. It's like school. It's not a game. Okay. It's not quick, fast, and easy. It's like school. You're going to literally know how to run your staffing business, and you're going to set it up appropriately, and you're going to set it up in compliance. That's very important. And many people come to us, I'm just going to throw this in, but many people come to us who've already launched and their business isn't working. They're trying to figure out, like, why can't I get contracts? Or why is my business not working? And most of the time I tell them, come back to the basics, because I guarantee you there are things that you missed during that setup process that's keeping you back, that's holding you back from the success that you're looking for, being in that bucket I talked about earlier where you've launched, but you're not making any money. There are a lot of people out there who've launched, but are not making any money. You come here, we get you to the point of making money, and hopefully you'll take that and go beyond, right? So very, very important. We tell you about the technology. I think I told you that. We take you through not just the technology. We partner with a number of applicant tracking systems. One in particular, we show you how to set it up, and if you decide to use them, but there are a number on a list that you can have. You have an electronic checklist that you can check off to keep you structured every step of the way. I should probably cheat a little bit and show you one of the electronic checklists. Okay. Yep. I can show you just so you can see, because most people think they're set up, but they're not. I mean, I say that with love and respect. They're not. They think they are, but they're not. Okay. So like, I won't do the whole thing, but this is the checklist that we use. And as you can see, it's broken down. Just here on the top end is just talking about the organizational design and infrastructure setup. Most people are setting up their business on their own, aren't thinking about half of the stuff that I'm talking about, and don't even know what some of the things are, right? And so we really go through the nitty gritty. That's just the infrastructure setup. Then you've got your external roles. Then you've got your onboarding, your documentation, and your legalities. And then you've got your branding and marketing, your calendar management, your candidate source, your lead generation. There are layers to building this business out. There are layers. And a lot of coaches out here are taking y'all money. I ain't trying to laugh, but they're taking your money and they're giving you the bare minimum of information. And that's not what we do here, right? Because I go through a lot of audits with staffingpreneurs. And when I go through those audits, they're very uncomfortable. And so I learn a lot. I learn what you need, what you don't. I start adding things, taking things away, and laws are changing every day. So here at Staffingpreneurs Academy, we kind of give you that cushion to be able to know that, like, I'm in a safe space. My business is in a safe space. I have some guidance, that type of thing. In addition to the courses, then you hear we have a launch class. We have a launch class, we have a run it class, we have a setup class. You are in my setup class today. This happens every week, even though I won't be like, this is my last year marketing like I do Staffingpreneurs Academy, because I'm expanding my brand and I'm helping people build online businesses as a whole, right? That's where I'm going. But I will forever, I feel like, do my Monday classes. My Monday classes are this class, the setup, the run it, and the launch class when somebody needs it. And so those 3 classes you attend as you grow, go through the program. And when you're ready to launch the business, you go through the launch class. When you're ready to start running the business, you heard me telling people come into the running class. Those are a little bit different. So this class right here is more of a Q&A class. It's more of a reminders and Q&A. Whereas if my run it class, everybody pretty much talks about where they are in the business. It's kind of like a hot seat type of format. And everybody talks about what's going on in their business and what they need, what they need and different things like that. And so that's pretty cool. I love that. I'm all over the place. I don't know what happened to my screen. Okay. And that's a 2-hour class, where my setup class is only a 1-hour class. So that's pretty dope. And I love that class. I love this class, but I love that class because that's where your real success stories are coming in at. They're not really coming in here because people are setting up their business. They're trying to get to the point of getting to the bucket of actually launching. But once you get to the point of launching your business, then you should be in that run it class. And that run it class is really about actually running the business. And it's 2 hours long so that we have time to really dig into different topics. So you coming in there, you're like, look, I need to know how to find talent, D. I'm having a hard time with D. I need clients. You come into that class and I'm like, okay, so what's your initial reach out strategy? Okay, let's work through it. So I love that class because I get to use my brain differently. I don't know. I love that class. It's a different vibe. It's a different feel. That's where I feel like people get the most value out of me, when I can actually pull my whiteboard out and give them pieces of my brain. So then so now you're going to your classes. The cool thing is when you come in, you'll get a welcome letter, and then you get an onboarding call. And so we go through how you go in and access the coaching program and different things like that. And we start your journey. We start to record your journey and at your starting point. This is where I'm starting out. I'm fired up. I'm scared, but I'm fired up. I'm ready to do this, because as you grow and as you actually start making money, I want you to be able to go back. We're working on Wilderling's full reel now, so I'm excited to be able to see the journeys as they come along. You'll also be assigned with an accountability partner. We call them a CSM, but they're your accountability partner. And this person is designed to really designed to help hold you accountable to a certain extent. So you heard today, my people are so spoiled. They're like, you ain't email me about my appointment. What? Email you about your appointment? No. You got to schedule your appointment, and you do all of that in your onboarding. But the goal is to hold you accountable every week, because again, there's this group of people I mentioned earlier who have the idea, they take the course and never launch the business, or they have the idea, they take the course, they launch the business and never make money. And so that accountability partner is there to help bridge the gap, to make sure that you go over both of those humps and you get into the pot of actually making money. And we try to set it up so our program isn't a 6-week program. We're never going to lie to you and tell you can set up a staffing business in 6 weeks. That's a lie. Anybody that says that to you, they're gaslighting you. I'm just telling you right now. So we're with you for 6 months. Okay. So we spend 3 months working on your setup. So a lot of people are still working, or they've saved enough to be able to focus on setting up the business. Now, if you're working a business full time, it's not going to take 3 months. It'll take less than 3 months. It'll take half of that in real life. And then, maybe you could see more of a 6-week type of thing. But if you're working a full-time job, it's going to take you about roughly 3 months to set the business up truly. And then we are with you another 3 months because we want you to actually make money. We don't want to just leave you. We're not interested in leaving you. We want you to come to class, talk about your experience, let me coach and guide you through that so that you can go back and try new things or do whatever I said to put into place so that you can actually make the money. It's not beneficial for me to create any type of impact if you start the business and don't make any money. I appreciate the funds you pay me, but I actually want to see you succeed. I actually want to diversify the staffing marketplace. I think everybody should have an opportunity to find amazing talent, especially if they're really passionate about it and they see that there's a true challenge that's taking place. And I don't care who comes in. I don't care if the aliens come in. I don't care if who else come in. AI jobs are still going to be needed. This is the number one business model that anybody who wants to invest in should have. That's one thing that's never going to go away. I don't care if there are going to be thousands of jobs lost. There are going to be thousands of jobs created. So this is one business model that is recession proof. I wish I had a picket sign and a march that it's the number one business. I don't know why more people don't get into this business model. It baffles me. But it's recession proof. It's never going to go away. People have built legacies far beyond what COVID ever did, right? Far beyond for years, since the 1950s. 50s and 60s, people have been building legacies around staffing, and I'm talking multi-billion-dollar legacies. For goodness sakes, the guy who owns the Baltimore Ravens, he owns a staffing agency, a slew of them. Hello, it's not about money, but I'm just saying, hello. People don't know that, but that's very true. So it's this is the business model that you want to get into. So our coaching program is very dynamic. I'm giving you pieces because my competitors out there be trying to steal my shit. So I can't give you all of the stuff. You got to go in and actually go and book an appointment on the website. If you go to staffingpreneursacademy.com, you can book an appointment, and then one of our people will come in, and one of our salespeople, and they'll talk to you and give you all the skinny or what have you. You can also call us at 866-432-8801. I'll repeat that. I think I might have a banner for that. Let me see if I have a banner for that. But I'll repeat it again, 866-432-8801. I don't have a banner for this. Oh my gosh. Y'all better like my channel and don't play. I say that with love. Y'all better like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, okay? Phone. Here you go. 866-432. I've gotten over 1 million views in the last 6 months on my channel, my YouTube channel. 1 million views. Make that make sense. In 6 months. Make that make sense. We are almost at 2 million views like in the next week, which is insane. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all see my brand evolving and growing. I'm just getting started. Make sure y'all go to my YouTube channel and watch my documentary. It's going to inspire you to not give up. It's going to inspire you to not give up. You want to talk about a story of resilience? Go to my YouTube channel. Check out these documentaries. It's called Individual Audacity, based on the upcoming book. Okay. Based on the upcoming book. I put the phone number there. I'm sorry. I put the number there. So that's the coaching program. All right. Now, y'all got to come to my workshop. My workshop is, okay, so one more thing about the coaching program. So we have our standard program. I told you 6 months. We have an accelerated program where you get access to some additional classes, live classes that are that are more focused, I would say. That's our accelerated. And then so you're with us a longer period of time to kind of make sure you're successful. And then we have a legacy program that's a year long and a legacy plus. And those are when I actually go out to people. So when you hear me say I'm going out to someone or I'm going to Utah, they purchased the legacy program for me to actually come out and to work with them one-on-one and to speed up the process. Then you can start your business in less than 6 weeks at that point, because we spend 3-4 days doing nothing but setting the business up step by step by step by step by step. And that's our legacy program. And it's actually been very popular lately, I guess. I mean, I've been on the road. So that's for people who need that one-on-one with D. Williams and really want to expedite the process. And every time I leave, they never want me to leave. They want me to move into the city. I'm not lying. They be like, why did you stay? Everywhere I go, it does not matter. They like, D, stay. You don't want to move here? I think that's so cute. But my last clients, they fed me good. My client before that, she in Maryland, she didn't feed me. I was starving and she worked me to death, which I didn't mind. But my last client, they worked me to death, but they were so sweet. I fell in love. They're going to rock it out in their business. They fed me to the point where I was busting out of my fire. I ain't even playing. I mean, they felt like family. But we got more work done than probably most of the visits that I have. Typically people bring me in and they get all caught up and, but these young ladies are brilliant. They are brilliant. They were focused, but they also still knew how to be very authentic. And the one thing that I love the most is they allowed me to be authentic. They kept saying, oh my God, I love you, because I just want to be able to be myself. I really do not want to be fake. I hate fake. And even on the internet, people be fake. I'm not gonna be fake. That's not gonna be me. Y'all gonna get what you see is what you get, right? And so those ladies treated me wonderfully, and I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate the time I had in Indiana, and the hospitality that was given to me was absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much. And yes, y'all did feed me, and they had purple now laters. And they sent them back home with me, like you do not need to send D. Williams home with a pack of purple now laters. Like it was 20 in the box. Oh my gosh, they're gone. So they're gone. Love purple now later. So I thought that was really cool. Apple's cool too. Okay. So that's what we got on our coaching program. I'm open to answer any final questions. My sales team is probably looking for me, like, where is she at? I just want to say, y'all, unleash your ideas. I want y'all to, if you're starting a staffing business, do it. Like, go hard. Don't hold back. The world needs you. And if it's in your heart and your mind and your soul, then it's meant for you to do it. But I want you to figure out what bucket you want to be in. Today, I described those buckets. They were so real. I get people at every phase. The people that hurt the most are the people who have the idea, call in, and never sign up for the coaching program, because then they don't even have a chance. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, because they're going to make so many mistakes. They're going to make so many mistakes along the way. And so when I can at least get them into my world, then I can call and harass and be like, what you doing? Why you ain't here? Why you not coming to class? I ain't seen you in class lately. Come on in, get, you know, and we have the accountability partner that's reaching out and like, hey, I don't see you moving in your business. Like, we need y'all to actually unleash these ideas. So Staffingpreneurs Academy is about that. That's what it's for. It's for people who want to start their staffing business. And we have so many different ways you can work with us. You know, you can go to the store. We have a small shop. We don't have a recruitmentstore.com anymore, but we have a little small shop on Staffingpreneurs Academy with some little tiny small things, not big things, small things that you can tap into there. I'm not doing a whole store again. And yeah, and you know, we have our workshops and we have our coaching programs. And if our coaching programs are too expensive for you, then you can just purchase the classes, right? The course and the classes. So that's also an option. I would just say call us, and you know what I'm saying, and schedule an appointment on the website, and you know, talk to one of our people, and let's see how we can support you and making things come to life. Stephanie says here, do you help with homemaker and campaign? I have my license, but don't know where to go, Florida. So that is not my area of expertise. Staffing is my area of expertise, but we could definitely help you market and brand your business appropriately. I don't feel like it's a difference from that perspective. If you need help with legality and stuff like that, I'm probably not the right coach for you for that particular market. But if you're already there, you got your license, and like you said, and you're at the point where you're like, okay, I need to build my brand. I need to figure out how do I go about getting clients and different things like that. I can definitely help you with that. I can definitely support you with that. And you just have to let us know. We don't have a course for that, but I have something that I can put together for you, or we can work one-on-one. This is my last year on the staffing side of things, but I'm definitely expanding to help people throughout other industries as well. Y'all gonna see the Staffingpreneurs Academy is still gonna be here. It's gonna be my baby, but Reskillify is what I really am gonna be focusing on, helping people build online businesses. So even my staffingpreneurs could potentially build an online business with Reskillify as well. But they also have opportunities to work with Reskillify on different levels. If they have employees, they're gonna need employee training, or compliance, they're gonna need compliance training. And Reskillify is broken down into three core technologies. One is Reskillify Me, for people who want to come into our marketplace, look at the courses, and they want to level up. The second level is Reskillify. We call it Creator, for coaches like me, experts, consultants that want to have an online business, right? Want to start an online business. They want to have an online business and kind of build your own mini empire. That's a great starting point. That's what you're going to see me talking about a lot. When you see me go live, I'm going to be going live driving y'all fucking crazy. I'm going to be all the time, start an online business, because, or level up, right? So those things are happening. And then you also have Reskillify Learn, which is our LMS, our learning management system. And that's where you do your employee training, your partnerships, like your affiliate marketers, your customer training, your sales training, your compliance training, training to scale your business. All of that goes on to Reskillify Learn. And so those are the projects that I'm working on. So y'all see me talk a little bit about Staffingpreneurs Academy, because I definitely want everybody to come to my live events, because it's my last live event for Staffingpreneurs Academy. But I have some new things that are coming to my channel. We have a segment that's called Unleash Your Ideas, where we're going to sit down, you can call in, and we're going to help you unleash your ideas and help you turn that idea into, at least a portion of that idea, into an online business model. Okay. I have a new brand that, a new tribe that I'm adding onto the Staffingpreneur space. So I have my Staffingpreneur tribe, but I have a new tribe that I'm introducing this week, hopefully, because this week I'm in Utah, and I said I was going to do it this week, and I forgot I was in Utah. So it's next week. But I have a new tribe I'm introducing. I hope everybody gets involved. It is for a specific set of people, though. So and we're very particular about who can come in, but we have people, so you'll see, it's really cool. We also have a business program for people who don't want to start staffing, because just like this young lady, I get a lot of people who say, D, I want to work with you, but I don't have a staffing business. So we also have another academy that is specific to building your own mini personal empire. I don't know if y'all know, but I built my own personal empire. I was an 11-year-old teen mom. I don't even know if you know that. But I got pregnant when I was 11, had my baby when I was 12. And my life did not look like that at all. And that's what I'm showing. I'm showing you how you can get through the craziest things, okay? Get through the craziest things and still accomplish the greatest, right? Impact for people, impact for yourself, financially. Like, I'm going to show you how you can really transform your life. And that's what Reskillify is about, transformation. That's what my story is about, transformation. That's what all my training programs are about, transformation, seeing people level the freak up, raising that vibrational energy and getting fired up and leveling up. That's what D. Williams is about. And I appreciate y'all being on this journey, and y'all about to see how this goes. One more thing I'm going to just say, which I think is very interesting. I haven't gone live yet on TikTok. I will do it on my Staffingpreneur station. But guess what happened this week, y'all? So I, on my personal TikTok, I don't talk about anything staffing at all. Okay. I do not talk about anything staffing. I only talk about motivational stuff and being resilient and being a hard ass, no excuses. You got all these excuses. What's up with that? Right. So, on my original TikTok, I had, like 400 followers, but they're like my friends, my families. That was my personal one. But I talked about staffing on there. People responded. So I changed that to my staffing one and started fresh, brand new on my own personal Your D. Williams at TikTok, right? Oh my gosh. So yesterday I posted the video, the little announcement about me going live to the live workshop. Not like 8 people looked at it. Like, oh my God. They are not interested in me in staffing. I love that. Like, to me, that's the best. Or this fresh, brand new. They know nothing about D. Williams staffing. They only know D. Williams, Coach D. Williams Audationaire. And I love that. And so I deleted it immediately and I posted a video right behind it. 600 people in 3 minutes. 600 people had watched the video. So that showed me right there that, like, this is not, my audience is not staffing. This audience is going towards what I'm building. And so I really thought that was cool to see that dynamic. But y'all can go to, if you're interested in me from a staffing perspective, our TikTok on Staffingpreneurs Academy is cool. And y'all can check that out. If you're here for other things, business as a whole, Your D. Williams, y'all can follow me there. When I start going live, it's going to be a little bit different than on my YouTube channel, which is my home base. So Instagram is not my home base. YouTube is my home base. LinkedIn is not my home base. YouTube is my home base. So that's where you find most of my everything. And I'm really excited about all the changes and all the great things that are happening. But I got to tell y'all one more thing. I got to tell you 2 more things. My staff is going to kick my ass, but I got to tell you, like, I'm going through a major transition. I think I've mentioned that all year round. Like, this year has been a very rough year for me, and a lot personally and professionally. And one of the reasons why professionally it's been a rough year is because I have been disobedient. I have not been obedient. I have stayed in my comfort zone too long. I've stayed out of my comfort zone. I've stayed in my comfort zone so long that I'm now being pushed out of my comfort zone. And I am so scared. And people are already trying to sabotage me in many different ways. And so I want y'all to know, like, those videos that I put out there, even though I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. And I'm constantly reminding myself that, everyone, like, you've been here before. Like, you've had rough times. You can get through those times. And I'm just taking y'all along on this journey with me. I am about to be so authentic with you all on my channel that it scares the shit out of me. But I feel like what's missing is authenticity, right? I feel like people aren't being real. Everybody's doing whatever for the gram or doing whatever. But I think people really need help right now, and they don't want to talk about it. Social media puts this thing up that makes you think that everyone is doing great all the time. You know what I'm saying? That all things are fire, and it's not. Most people are dealing with the worst stuff right now you can possibly imagine, and they're just showing up because that's the right thing to do, or because it makes sense in that moment. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about failures. Nobody's talking about when you fuck up what you do. How do you get through that? Nobody's talking about these things. I want to talk about these things, and so that's why y'all see me moving a little bit differently on my channel, and I'm really asking for your support in real life. I'm not even playing. I mean, like, share my video, like my video, subscribe to the channel, like, really get involved, comment, watch the videos. Everything I put in there, I put my heart and soul in there for you all, because I wish somebody would have had that for me. You know, can you imagine being 12 years old, 13 years old with a baby, you know, trying to figure things out? My mom was only around till I was 13. Then I was pretty much on my own. I got my own apartment when I was 15. Like, I had 2 kids with an apartment. Like, can you imagine? Nobody taught me how to budget. Nobody taught me how to do just the simplest things that each and every one of you probably got to experience with your parents. So I had to really learn things the hard way. And while the world was throwing shit in my face every day, all day, I still had to show up every day, all day for those kids and for myself, and to really make something of myself, right? Not to give up. Many people are, you know, they just giving up. I don't want you to do that. I want you to have a system, a roadmap. I want you to be able to know that it's cool that you're going through this, but you can also go through this and still handle these things, so that when you're done going through this, you've leveled up. You're in a better position. So that is really what I'm about, and what my channel is about. And I do talk about business a lot. I just feel like if you don't have money, you're gonna be miserable. I just feel like you don't got money, you're going to be miserable. So I really thank you. So I really, 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 really want to show you, like, how to make money. Sometimes it's hard to make money. Sometimes it's easy to make money. So what happens when it's hard? What happens when times are crazy? Nobody talks about that stuff. All they want to say is, oh, I'm a millionaire. But, like, most people who are millionaires don't have $1 million in the bank. Look at the definition of a millionaire. That means you've made a certain amount of money consistently over the course of a number of years. That doesn't necessarily mean you have $1 million in the bank. And so while you have achieved the accomplishment of making the $1 million and taking and bringing the business along, there's still things that you want to do to maintain it, or to see the $1 million in your bank account, right? And so having someone being able to help support you in that way, keep you on track, and that just believes in you. How many coaches are y'all working with, y'all spending your money with, and they don't even believe in you? They're not even calling you outside of your program. They're not, hey, checking on you. They're not showing you special love. They don't believe in you. Like, that's important to me. That's important. Like, that's important. That's what you're paying for. That's what you're paying for. You're paying for somebody to pour into you so that you can go and use some of their energy to go execute your idea, to go bring your idea to life. But most people scared. Most people scared to invest. They are scared to take risks. They scared to hire somebody to help them. They just crazy with it, you know? Paul, it says, I absolutely love your vibe. I'm older generation. I know I still have some fight in me and would love to get help. Yes, I would love to help you. Make sure you put, I don't know if you can DM me. I don't know where you at. You on YouTube? Send me a message and call. I'll put the number back on the screen. Call us, and I definitely would love to help you for sure. I definitely would love to help you. That is what my passion is. That is what my goal. I'm one of those people. I call myself an auditionaire. I'm one of those people, you get around me, you can't help but to get value. Right? It's inevitable. Whether you want it or not, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You're going to get the value. Okay. So, you know, that's a very important thing. I would love to help you. Okay. Where are you? I'm coming. You're so funny. Right. So right now I'm on the West Coast. I'm leaving the West Coast, go to Utah. when I have 3 live workshops with Staffingpreneurs Academy that are in July, that are in Washington, D.C., Dallas, and LA. And then I'm planning for the Unleash Your Ideas Summit. Okay. And that's going to be outside of staffing. We're talking about Unleash Your Ideas. So y'all are going to hear a lot of information about the Unleash Your Ideas Summit. So that's coming up later in the year. And I'm excited. And that one will be hybrid. That will be in person and online. So that'll be a little bit of both. And so, yeah, I'm spending a lot of time in Dallas this year, a lot of time in Houston this year. So y'all get ready for me. I done already told my clients in Texas I'm coming. They're like, okay, let me tell you where to go, D, let me be. And so it's already, everybody in Texas is super excited, but I'm definitely, excited about spending time in Texas, and I'm there quite often. Most of my clients are in Texas, actually. Tony, you're in Baltimore. I'm from Baltimore. I'm just there. I'm like, one of my favorite clients in the whole wide world is in Laurel, Maryland. And so, yes, I tell people, don't look at me funny, Tony. Don't look at me funny. But I only tell people I only go to Baltimore if somebody die or if they pay me. Like, I'm not just about to go visit home just to visit. Somebody got to pass away or they got to pay me. They're the only 2 reasons. You go back and watch my documentary and you will know why. Baltimore doesn't sit well with me just based on my past. So I'm not about to just, just get up and be like, oh, let me hit to the B more. No, you got to die or you got to pay me. And coming to Baltimore. Other than that, probably not. Now, I might do a resilience type of summit in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Being as though that's where my where I had the worst part of my life. Maybe there's another young lady out there or a young man out there experiencing the same things that I experienced, and we can be a shining light for them. If I did that summit, I would probably open it up to families. It would be a family summit where you would bring your children, and we would separate the parents from the children at some point, so that the kids can get their own space, their own time. You know what I'm saying? But that's definitely something to think about. That I would go back, but again, you still pay, I'm just saying, you still pay, like. So, but I wouldn't mind going back for something like that. I definitely would not mind at all. So yeah. All right. So I hope I have entertained y'all a little bit. I probably won't go live today for my running class. I want to help my students do their thing in their class today. And like I said, I'll be in Utah for the rest of the week or what have you. But I will be back probably next week because I really want to fill up these classes. I really want to fill up these live workshop classes. Y'all will continue to see me on here live. Y'all might see me on here live without no makeup. Y'all still support. Okay. I ain't gonna be getting makeup for y'all every day. So still support it. But it's things that I want to tell you sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like in the moment. And so I want you to support those too. Because those things, God is putting it on my heart, or the universe or whoever is putting it on my heart to say something to you. All of those shorts I be posting, people be like, D, stop being in my business, because I'm like, you making excuses. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. And it's just that reminder every day. And it's even a reminder for me to stay focused, D. Williams. You on your grind right now, girl. You on your grind, woman. So, man, stay focused, because when you're trying to do something, that's when everything try to tear you apart or bring you down or keep you away from what you're trying to accomplish. But the goal is to stay focused, unleash your ideas, stay true to your vision, make your plan, follow your plan through, allow the universe to work through you. Everything will work okay. All right. It'll work. All right. Okay. I'll do that. I'll add the number one more time for everyone who wants that. Please feel free to call in. You'll hear my voice, and then it's going to say press a number. You can dial in, and if the answering service should answer. If they don't, just leave a voicemail, and either myself or someone from the team will get back to you. I appreciate y'all. Oh my gosh. I appreciate y'all for watching. Like this video, like this video, like this video, like this video, like this video. Love this video, okay? Subscribe, all of that great stuff. And I'll see y'all, and I'll see y'all soon. All right, thanks, bye. I really appreciate y'all.